Hi, good evening. Hope all of you are fine. Well, I'm back with another topic. Again, something which I think quite a few of you been exposed to and experienced, especially when you're traveling. So, what I'm going to talk about is my little experience that has happened recently when I was traveling. Now, the thing is, we all love to travel, and it's good to travel. It's good to get exposure of other towns, other cities, other countries. It widens your horizon, it widens your thought process. For me, it's a great levitator. It gives me a great delight to go across to different towns, cities, and countries, see how things are different, the food, the culture, the people, behaviors, the works. Because world doesn't rotate around us. We are just a mere speck, a small little speck on this planet, let alone the universe. So, what I'm trying to say is that we've all traveled, right? But what comes as a shock to me is that people's behavior when they travel to another city, within their country or outside. I don't know how many people realize that when you step out of your house, you are a representative of the family in a way. So your behavior, the way you dress, the way your hygiene levels, the way you talk, how courteous you are, how respectful you are, etc., etc., and the list goes on. So from the time you step out of the house, the clock starts ticking in terms of people start observing you and drawing a picture of you. And remember, it's not just about you. You actually represent the town, the city, and the nation. Very, very important. People tend to forget this. I've seen people behaving crazily, whether they are individuals, whether with family and children. I mean, there is absolutely no decorum. There is no discipline. It's like they've moved their entire house along with them when they travel. Their bedroom, their kitchen, their drawing room, the whole lot, including their toilets. Because they behave exactly the same way when they travel outside, making absolutely a spectacle of themselves. And the best part, the cherry on the cake, they're not bothered. I don't think they even realize what the hell they are doing. They are an embarrassment, not only to themselves, but they make a spectacle of the place they come from and the country they belong to. And that's what hurts. That really hurts. Many a times I want to go across and, talk to them. And by the way, I've done that. I remember I walked into a restaurant once and this family came in, a whole lot of them with kids. And this gentleman picks up the baby, with the baby shoes, puts the child on the table. And nobody says anything. I call the waiter and I tell him, look, this is not acceptable. This is a public place. That's a place, that's a table where people sit down to eat, and you're putting a child on the table with its shoes on. God knows where all it's been trotting around. But the guy didn't do anything, and ultimately I had to go and talk to the family. So, who is going to do that? Many of us don't have it in us to go and confront for what is correct. Because it's for the good of everybody. It's not because I like something or I don't like something. It is what's meant to be done for the greater good. I'll give you another example. So I'm traveling as of now, so I went in for my breakfast and complete buffet laid out. And this family comes in, happened to be Indians. And I think there were 3 or 4 of them, but the lady sat down. I very distinctly remember her taking her plate with some toast, 2 scoops of jam, 2 packets of butter, comes down and settles down on the table. And I'm observing that she hasn't taken any cutlery. Neither has anyone in the family come across with the cutlery to give it to her. So she doesn't wait. She peels open the the butter casing, uses her finger to scoop out the butter and then toast. Apply the butter on the toast with her fingers. I mean, how can you even do that? And why do I say this? You can see, you can look around you. I mean, you've got eyes, for crying out loud. What are they meant for? They're meant to observe. Do people observe their surroundings wherever they are? Or do they have blinkers like horses? Eyes are meant to be used in a constructive manner. To start with, you observe your surroundings to see how people are, how they behave, how they dress, how they eat, how they use their cutlery. How can you just sit down and start eating and use your fingers and hands because that's what you're used to doing at home? I'm not talking about, I like it or I don't like it. It's about how you are blending in with different kind of people from different parts of the world. And when you are a visitor somewhere else, you are supposed to adapt to them, not the other way around. I mean, how many times have you got upset when people from other country have come into your country and have kind of disrupted certain things? Do you like it? You don't. But it's the same thing the other way around. Point is, now this is a question which we all need to ask ourselves. How many of us do a little study about the place we are going to visit? How many of us do a little reading about the place we are going to visit, about the place, the weather, the people, the culture, the food? Because little knowledge takes you a long, long way. And ultimately, why do we travel? We want to enjoy ourselves, right? We don't want to carry the burden and tension from wherever we are coming out of. We don't want to take it to a place where we are going to lighten our burden, where we are going to just enjoy ourselves, let our hair down, as we call it. But when we don't do this, when we don't do a little study and just barge into some city or some country and behave like absolute country bumpkins, I have to use this word, country bumpkin. And while I say this, I also say there are exceptions. There are always exceptions. But a majority of people just don't do their homework. And that is very, very sad. So think about it. How would you like to be perceived? Because it's all about perception. How would you like to be perceived by others? You always want respect and love and admiration. Well, you've got to earn it. And in order to earn it, you've got to learn how to earn it. So please, to make your travel enjoyable, do a little bit of hard work before you go, so that people enjoy your company. And when people enjoy your company, you automatically get a big smile on your face and you enjoy your travel. So think about what I just said. Do a little study, and then by all means, you must enjoy your travel and your journey. Have a great journey after you've done some great reading.